G'day, g'day, g'day. It's Friday, Sharpen Focus with Belief. So belief is my number 5 talent theme from the Clifton Strength Finder. And I talk about beliefs and sharpening focus. They're some of my languages that I use. And you'll notice no screen behind me. There is a vape. Yeah, that's a habit I have, but I smoked for 35 years and I'm okay with that. So what are we going to talk about today? We're going to talk about sleep out, the CEO sleep out. And for me, because I'm not a CEO officially yet, and I don't want to be, but I'm a connected, energized organizer, or something along those lines, connected, empathetic organizer. And I've got many of those on my team. They're homeless, and we need to help the homeless people. And I'm making videos about it as we speak. So if you're watching this, you're probably the first one in line to see it. Be more social. Simply say, g'day.
Do you feel like there's never enough time in the day? Are you struggling to switch off from work, the internet, and social media? It's time to reconnect with family, friends, colleagues, and most importantly, yourself. Join the Be More Social Daily Challenge. Just 10 minutes a day to recharge, gain more energy, and enjoy what matters most. Let's begin.
Yeah, so slightly wider view, and I've only got about 8 minutes because I've got to keep this video under 10 minutes. So hopefully you'll hang around and watch out. So sharpen focus to be more social. It may look like it was backwards or it may be cut off. It's just the way different social media platforms deliver the video, but you'll be watching this hopefully on YouTube and you will have been on the top of the list of the email. There's a chance by the time you receive this email, it may have already been hit the masses across the world because it's social media and we are Be More Social. So first off to St. Vincent de Paul's, thank you for the opportunity. If you have my number, please call me. Secondly on the list is the body corporate and the chairperson. So I believe a chairman is accepted at the charity. Maybe you can help in that sense, or what we discussed the other day about garden beds for the building and perhaps changing some signs. Because as I said, colours and other things, pictures and whatnot. And I loved the sign in the lift, mate, blue and white. Perfect, blue and white, Be More Social. It has significance to me, just not sure if blue is great for everyone, because blue could be conceived as being blue and beyond blue and depression and mental health. So I love it, but does everyone else? And that's not knocking anyone. It's saying, hey, we need to consider others. Who else? Maybe my barrister. Mate, that's a challenging question to where to from here. I went through and I read everything backwards. So if you're watching this video and you've gone through a whole lot of email lists because you were like 4th or 5th on the list, I'm slowly working through my email lists. So if you go to the bottom, you'll actually get this video first. So if you're watching this first, you're either doing it the way I do it, or you're part of the first email list. So that means you're pretty special. So I'm sharpening my focus. So barrister, I went to the bottom of a letter that I found from the person who, the Chinaman from that company. And it said they are a specialist RTO in aged care and community services. But where the mixed message was for me, I was hired as a business trainer and I was put into an English class with Duncan, who's also a business trainer, but I was asked to shadow an English class. So 2 classes that wasn't on that list of community services and aged care. So I was confused there. I was also instructed to deliver online classes well after ASQA had approved that. And I went, okay, I follow what my boss tells me to do. And my immediate manager was the only person I spoke to or met. So the other 2 people that got involved along the process, I'd never spoken or met them before. Apparently he came down to the office regularly, but it wasn't enough for him to come and meet us. To me, it was just another student walking by. I'm trying to focus on a class because the purpose of me as a business trainer is to focus on the students, not on people walking around in $5,000 suits. So it's just not the way I operate. The guy who hired me knew that, or he didn't hire me, he recommended that they hire me. So they have the power to hire and fire under Australian business law. But he's shirking away from responsibility because in that letter he says he was instructed that I was running online classes. Well, yeah, it was true because that's what I was instructed to do. And when it came near the end in that November that year, I walked out because I had serious mental health issues, and I was considering, I can't say it on these cameras because some social media people or sites or whatever take the video down. So it's literally, and that was a month before he even got wind of this information. So there was mixed messages to him saying that I was running online classes. When I walked out the door, I wasn't, because apparently, I mean, I didn't know this, but they found a replacement teacher or trainer to take my classes. I spoke to the only other trainer that had no students because they didn't have access to a CRM after 6 months or 5 months. She started pretty much the same week I did. And yeah, so 4 minutes, it's taking up a lot of time. But basically, in the nutshell, this whole court case, the federal court case around my mental health has been a disaster because of the lawyers, the insurance companies, the doctors, the psychologists, the psychiatrists, the mental health professionals, the government departments, you name it, everyone involved has failed dismally, and we need to change. And I've got people that I talk to every morning on the street that are homeless, and we're committing, or I'm committing to what I thought the message was. I can create a team, whether they're CEOs, as in connected, energetic or empathetic organisers, which are my guys on the beach, the homeless. That's volunteers that give up their time. But as I dug deeper and deeper into the website, it appears that that's not the case. I'm not allowed to bring friends, and I'm not allowed to bring Pip, the one who saved my life. Because what I realised, we got her about 2 months into my employment at that company, and I had to focus on taking care of someone else. So I don't have my own kids. My family is down south. So it's either my wife, who works extremely hard as a teacher at the Southport School, and yeah, I was considering that I was useless, lonely. I couldn't even hold down a job for 6 months. I got sacked 3 days or 5 days before my probation period ended because the Chinaman got an English email saying I'd done something I didn't do, or I did do previously after an ASPA cutoff date because I was instructed by my manager at the time. So all these mixed messages, if you're confused, how do you think I feel? And that's what took me down that dark hole. So I'd really love to bring at least one busload of homeless people and some of my volunteers to the CEO Sleep-Out. Perhaps that man needs to come to that charity, and he needs to make a bigger donation than I am. And I'm currently at 25 grand. That's my pledge, but I may have to withdraw that if I can't take her because she's not certified. What does that mean? Well, for example, when I'm walking between the homeless guys, there's an old bloke, he's about 90 years old, and he looks forward. He walks really, really slow. He's 90, and he looks forward to Pip coming up and just jumps up on his leg and allows him to put his hand down and let her lick his fingers, and he gets this sort of patter, but he can't move enough to get there. That's shattering to me that I've got to train that out of her, and that will be taken away from him because he can't bend down, he's too old. It's also a case of the very first, well, apart from saving my life, the next person I believe he saved. 17-year-old guy, don't know if he was homeless, he was wandering around like he was on drugs or something, but he was just losing his mind. And I understand why, and I've got less than a minute. So he left the conversation with, after hugging us, after telling us he wasn't gay, because that was a topic, and he swore and said all these sorts of things. And you notice I don't swear that much on here unless it's fucking on purpose. But yes, that was on purpose. So he finished with, "Thank you so much. You have no idea what I was going to do today. I think I was going to take my own life." And I knew then that the system needed to change. She doesn't need a ticket. Watch the videos below and you'll see. She's well trained to find people who need help. And if she's on a lead, she won't find them because I can't keep up with her. She's that quick, she's that good. And I believe dogs should be trained that way, off lead. But too many streets, too many cars. But that's a conversation for another day. Move on to the next video and you'll see what I do every day. Be more social, simply say g'day.
Thanks for listening as we take on the Be More Social challenge. Join Danny Crouch tomorrow as he shares his journey, and we hope you'll join in too. Drop a comment below. Tell us how it's going, ask questions and share your insights. Find more details in the description or at chooseyourchapter.com.au. Let's make time, boost energy and aim to be more social today.